The next day, the general rides a tank to Qing's magic theater. As he gets off the vehicle, children crowd around him, and he buys them all candy and offers to let them watch the magic show. The movie begins as convicts prepare to watch a performance. Lu Kenshan, the butler of General Bully Lei, claims that the general loves his soldiers. If they join the general's army, he promises the audience food, money, and fortune. With a wave of his hands, bread buns are thrown at the audience, and he sprinkles them with bits of silver. Captain Sai protests his acts as covert military recruitment are illegal, and he dares Lu to put a curse on him if his magic is real. Lu points his finger at him, and the captain is forced to fall on his knees, then he beheads him using a guillotine. The audience immediately volunteers to join Lei's army. After the show, the general commends Butler Lu for recruiting 5,000 soldiers in 3 months, but he explains he only used a few tricks. Lei worries about the money as they have 5,000 more mouths to feed. However, Lu assures him it's fine as all the warlords are fighting, and they need to gather enough force. 6 of his wives happily greet him as they approach the ceremony. He asks the whereabouts of his 7th wife, but his 3rd wife tells him to ignore her as she is rude. At the ceremony, Lei is surprised with a short film. It shows how Captain Sai and Butler Lu plan the tricks together to recruit the convicts. But when Butler Lu finds out that Captain Sai is a spy to expose their ways of recruiting, he is killed. Afterward, Lei goes to his 7th wife, Lu Yin, whom he tries to seduce, but she is skilled in avoiding his advances. Yin says she is not his wife as they are not married, and she is his prisoner. He tries to persuade her to marry him, which leads to her kicking him out of her room. She tells him to return to her when he finds her lost father. Unbeknownst to them, Butler Lu has her father, Lu Wanyao, and is interrogating him about the whereabouts of the Scroll of the 7 Wonders. Butler Lu uses different torture techniques, but Wanyao's magic is strong enough that it doesn't harm him. The next day, different performers show off their skills to the crowd. One act calls for the audience to try and replicate the magic walnut trick. If they do, they get paid 50 silver dollars. Master Chen shows the crowd how it's done, and they are all amazed by the disappearing trick. A man from the crowd volunteers to try it, and he surprises everyone by letting a bird appear from the bowls, and he pulls out the walnuts from Chen's robes, seemingly out of nowhere. The mysterious man introduces himself as Qing Yin. He doesn't accept the money and immediately calls for a rickshaw. Master Chen and a pair of siblings call out to him, trying to invite him to their act, but he vanishes from the rickshaw in a cloud of smoke, scaring the driver away. The rickshaw driver appears to be part of his act moments later, and Qing follows behind him. Elsewhere, in a restaurant, Butler Lu and 6 of Lei's wives meet with Master Chen. They tell him that the 7th wife isn't with them and isn't interested in his tricks anymore, and she is unhappy. The general will be too. Butler Lu and Chen speak privately, and Chen tells him that the 7 wonders are fake. Still, Butler Lu insists they are real and gives him a jade ring as payment to continue his mission. In the Happy Inn, the pair of siblings, Li Fengzhen and Li Zhao, are letting their workers go as they have to close down. Qing Yin offers to buy half of their shares and has a troupe with him. Soon, their inn is becoming popular as they announce Qing Yin will be performing there. Meanwhile, General Bully Lei is meeting with several warlords. There is unrest as the warlords vie for power and control of territories. But Lei convinces them to put their efforts against their common enemy as he offers them tanks. They are convinced, and they want him to be their leader. Soon the Happy Inn reopens as Qing's Magic Theater, and everyone is invited for the day for a free show. Chen arrives to see the show. The crowd is amazed by the performance, and Qing and his group show off different magic tricks. Chen stands up to leave, saying it's only cheap Western magic tricks, but Qing stops him and he makes a fireball in his hand. He shows off his fire tricks and throws it above the audience, and it turns into fireworks. After the show, Qing overhears that the general is coming to his show, so he and his team practice their plan to kidnap him during the show. Qing's team is a group of local revolutionaries who want to kidnap Lei and bring back the Republic. They team up with Qing to entice Lei to a magic show and kidnap him during the show. The siblings overhear their plot and try to run away to avoid conflict. Li Yi sees them and tries to capture them to avoid ruining their plan, but Qing threatens to quit if they hurt the two. General Bully Lei arrives with his 7 wives to watch the show the next day. Before the show starts, Butler Lu tells the general that the president has summoned a war council. At first, he ignores it, but Yin convinces him to go, and he reluctantly does so. Qing sees Lei leaving and tells his troupe to change the show. During the show, Qing's performance depicts a story of 2 lovers separated when the man leaves for Europe. Then a bully kidnaps the woman and forces her to love him. Unbeknownst to anyone but the two, The story reflects Yin and Chung's love story. Chung shows a portrait of a woman crying, and with the help of Yin's handkerchief, the woman's portrait smiles, hoping for her lover's return. When Chung returns the handkerchief, a small letter is revealed saying to go to the back hallway. Yin ignores it and leaves immediately after the performance is over. Soon, there is a party for the birthday of the general's dog, which is just another excuse to use the people's money. Chung arrives at the party and invites Yin to dance. Lei interrupts them, and Yin claims she asked him to perform for the party. Chung performs tricks by giving gifts to the dog and jewelry to Lei's wives, which he magically conjured from nothing. Chung borrows Lei's gun and makes the other bullets vanish. With the last shot, he points it at Lei and then to the roof, which spits out confetti. The general promises to attend one of Chung's shows one day. The next day, the general rides a tank to Chung's magic theater. As he gets off the vehicle, children crowd around him, and he buys them all candy and offers to let them watch the magic show. Chung tells Li Yi to postpone their plan for now as it is too risky as there are many children. He protests as this might be their only chance. Lei is enchanted by the beautiful performers dancing. Li Yi's group accidentally traps a kid, so Chung invites him to the performance, and together they go up on stage. After the performance, Lei tells the kids to get out and tells Chung he understands how his trick works. He asks Chung to teach him a few magic tricks to make Yin fall for him. Chung shows him one, and Lei is impressed. Later, Lei goes to Yin to perform what he learned, but she is unimpressed and takes the ring from him. Later that night, Yin goes to Chung's magic theater dressed in a dark cloak. Chung's troupe alerts everyone of the cloaked intruder and surrounds her on the stage. Chung tells them to stop, and he unmasks her. Yin returns the ring, and Chung tells her that he always carries it with him and that she should know that he returned to her. He wants to run away with her, but she refuses to leave Lei to ensure her father's safety. The next day, Lei asks for Chung's advice on how to make Yin fall for him. Chung tells him to invite him to perform for her privately, to befriend her, and to figure out what she wants. Lei agrees immediately and asks him over that night. Together they perform a trick that slightly impresses Yin. The three of them have dinner together. Lei and Chung become close friends. Despite knowing each other romantically, Yin and Chung pretend not to know each other in front of Lei. Later, when Lei is touring Chung around his prison, Lei goes to a restricted area, leaving Chung alone. He takes the opportunity to find his master, Yin's father, Lu Wanyao. Chung finds him and shows that he can now control cold fire. Wanyao explains that Lu Qingshan kidnapped and tortured him unless he gave up the Seven Wonders scroll. He explains that the Seven Wonders combine 7 elements to control the mind. Wanyao tells him that Lu used to be his pupil when he was younger. He swindled people with his illusions, and Wanyao threw him out. Yin asked Lei to help Wanyao, which is why he is still alive. He advises to watch out for Lu's weaknesses and that the secret is in the box. Chung discovers 7 bottles in his magic box. He opens each bottle and gives off different scents that overwhelm him. Chung investigates Lu Qingshan and subsequently discovers that Lu Qingshan is a member of the Qing Dynasty remnants and wants to bring back the dynasty by collaborating with the Japanese. Soon, Chung's Magic Theater announces another show which features the Golden Touch from the Seven Wonders. When Lu Qingshan reads about it in a flyer, he sneakily goes to Chung's Magic Theater at night looking for the 7 wonders. He finds Chung meditating on a scroll that says the Scroll of the 7 Wonders, which he seeks. When Chung becomes aware of his presence, he makes the scroll fly out of Lu's grasp, which is pulled by strings of Chung's troupe. He prepares many tricks to fight Lu but still manages to run away. Unfortunately for Lu, Chung has placed a curse on him. Later, Lu Qingshan reads the scroll, and his hands have inflamed, which makes him believe that Chung is a real sorcerer. The next day, he meets with Chung and promises to give him the scroll if he makes him a pupil. Chung says he knows he is conspiring with the Japanese behind Lei and tricks him into thinking he will collaborate with him and his master. Chung also claims that Lei killed his father and wants vengeance. He also tricks him into fasting for 49 days before he teaches him. Later that night, Li Fengjian and Li Zhao plan to run away as they find out that Li Yi has gone to rescue his comrades, and they inform Chung about it. Chung lets them leave and asks his troupe if they want to run away, but they are performers and want the show to go on. The next day, Lei tells Yin that Chung had planned to kidnap him, and butler Lu has become Chung's pupil. He expresses his confusion about Lu's plans. Yin reveals that Chung is her fiancé and asks him to save him. In exchange, she will be his. He says he figured it out during their dinner and hopes she will look at him like she looks at Chung one day. Later, he meets Chung to avenge Yin's broken heart. The two of them fight, but it is revealed to be a show for Lei's guards. Chung tells him that Lu is conspiring with the Japanese and that the filmmakers are spies who will kill him once they are done with him. Afterward, they go to Lu's house. Lei cuts his hair in revenge. When Lu awakens, they discover he is having an affair with Lei's third wife. She explains they were childhood lovers who got separated by the war, then they met again and told Lei to kill them both together. Lei decides to let them both go, despite Cheng's insistence to kill Lu. With his cover blown, Lu Qingshan and the Japanese launch an attack to kill Lei. Later, his plan commences, and Qiang and Lei find out about Lu's attack. Qiang, Lei, and Yin prepare to fight, but they soon get cornered by a group of ninja women. They manage to get away with the help of Cheng's tricks. Yin and Qiang get separated from Lei, and Qiang takes to opportunity to save his master, but Yin doesn't want to leave Lei alone. Qiang soon finds them and uses fire to separate Yin and Lei, but Yin doesn't want to leave him alone, and they get trapped in the fire. The fire causes an explosion, and Qiang and the Japanese watch helplessly as the fire swallows them. Soon, there is a ceremony announcing Qiang is now the imperial sage. Lu threatens to kill Wan Yao if Qiang fails to raise an army, but his tricks fail. Qiang shows them a film that reveals Yin and Lei are still alive in a tank, and their deaths are all part of his scheme. Wan Yao breaks the 7 bottles, which makes everyone hallucinate their dreams. As their hallucinations fade, Qiang and Wan Yao disappear through the hidden trapdoors. Then, Lei opens fire with his tank, and remnants of the Qing Dynasty devotees are arrested and killed. Soon, Lei disbands his army and gives away his riches to pursue being a weapons researcher while pursuing Yin. The movie ends when Yin decides not to choose either Lei or Qiang, so they remain determined to win her heart. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this to help the channel out. Have a nice day.